This is an interesting opportunity to shed some light on what really are myths and what are really truths, and where the marketplace should be focusing their attention with regards to naturopathic and homeopathic and, of course, supplemental regimens of healthcare. CBD is a naturally derived compound from the cannabis taxon. It's also synthetically produced, as are many of the cannabinoid structures that are found in the cannabis taxon plant. I put together a quick list of myths to discuss here today. Some of them cross over with Dr. Mark, who gave an excellent presentation. And I would say that in the opening, we're working with HempMeds to help produce greater visibility on the scientific side of cannabinoid-based consumables, and we're happy to be able to do that. So myth number one, substantial evidence in man, animals, and cell cultures that CBD is neuroprotective. Well, our studies, as a result of our exclusive out-license from the National Institutes of Health on the 507 patent for particular disease indications, shown so far in preclinical that it indeed is neuroprotective. At the same time, we had to run baseline studies on synthetic cannabidiol-based compounds to see what the baseline effects are against CBD, because there is going to be a broad range in our scientific body of opinion in terms of administration, dosage, bioavailability. And we do know now that it is indeed a neuroprotective agent. On Dr. Marker's point with Dr. Hampson's paper, as far as a raw scavenger is concerned, we looked at several plates and found that that is going to be a very difficult target to assess in terms of reactive oxygen species. Myth number two, is CBD really safe, or are there pharmacokinetic aspects, distribution, storage, and duration of treatment that make the assessment of safety premature? And if there are observed adverse reactions to CBD, what are they? Again, Dr. Marker pointed out, point number three, that we don't have enough time with regards to dosage and administration to get a sense of what the long-range effects are. We do know that it is cumulative. It loves fatty tissue. It sits in your adipose, where you have a tremendous amount of endocannabinoid receptor-based elements in your body, in your liver, in your brain. So long-term administration of cannabidiol-like compounds can definitely accumulate, and I would certainly counsel clinicians to look at that in the pathophysiology of the patient's administered medicine. Number three, there's anecdotal evidence of anti-seizure actions for CBD. Now this is going to be a hot topic because there are a lot of producers out there, what I call them new age pharmacists. They are producers in the marketplace. Many are very fine botanists that have crossed over into the field, creating what they deem as medicine. And it is not medicine, and they themselves should not then be going out to the marketplace pretending that they are treating patients. The demand is coming from parents, children who are in great need, and the need is being filled. And it's being filled on a pull-side demand, such as a parent that was here earlier that said, I want my kid to have the medicine that my kid needs. Now, I doubt that law enforcement in this country, under the Holder letter, Obama's administration's position on withdrawing from prosecuting in this instance, is going to wrangle the marketplace. But what is wrangling the marketplace, I want to speak to this, is the overabundance of backbiting and fighting in the industry. Whoever is in this room is in a producer capacity, raise your hand. You're producers. Turn to your neighbors and tell them that their product sucks. Do it now, because that's what you're going to do when you leave this room. And it happens consistently, and it's got to stop. Okay? It's got to stop. If this industry is going to get any foothold, it's going to move forward, and it's not. So what we need in this instance of anti-seizure medication is a real double-blind study, a multi-center evaluation of anti-seizure therapeutic action, and that is needed, particularly for refractory area of epilepsy. I think that we could have a compassionate use model in the government, and somebody, especially GW Pharmaceuticals, and the fine work that they have done, especially the work with Dr. Jeffrey Guy, could certainly be a leader in producing something forth right now with the FDA. I believe they are. I would say that the consequences of the long-range effects is really what have to be looked at right now. That would would be good for the clinical model and use. Doctors can get their hands around it a little bit more. And the last myth I think I'd like to try and bust is, what is the best route of administration for CBD? A woman here was earlier speaking that her son cannot smoke. But there are multiple forms of administration with regards to cannabinoid therapy. And I would also counsel the producers in this room to start working with science in the field of extracts, in the field of extracting natural-based products, and looking at forms of administration that now the parents who are pulling this medicine into the market or out of the marketplace can feel comfortable to rally back with their doctors and check with clinical response.